And three. All right, Dr. Eggs, thank you so much for hopping on. My name is Caitlin. I'm going to be your social worker today, and I understand that you are referred here by your primary physician. And I just this session is just for me to learn more about you, and I want to know, what's been going on and how can I support you? Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So first, I just want to start off. How's your day going?
Pretty good so far. It's Friday,
Right.
so
Friday
I'm
is
happy
good.
about that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the weekend.
yeah.
Okay. So first, I want to just try to understand. Can you tell me what your doctor shared with you about the reason for your referral?
So I have, James has been talking to me about my sleep. I'm having difficulty um, with my sleep
Mm,
and staying asleep. So I fall asleep, um, but staying asleep is difficult for me. And the disturbances in my sleep are impacting my work. I
yeah.
just, I'm struggling throughout the workday doing what I do for a living. I have to be engaged,
Mm,
and it's been difficult for me to. Sometimes I feel like I'm falling asleep doing what I'm doing. I'm tired.
mm. Do
Yeah.
you How do you feel about being referred to me? How do you feel about being here? Is this something that you want, or is this just one of those things where I'm just here because I'm just listening to my doctor?
I think it's both.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
here because he felt like it would be a good idea, and I respect him. I respect his professionalism, and I think it'll be good just
Yeah.
to talk to somebody um, about what's going on. It was important to me to be able to talk to a Black female. So I just
Yeah.
want you to know that it brings a level of comfort for me. Um, so, yeah, it's both.
Well,
Mhm.
I'm glad that you're here, and I'm glad that you're comfortable because that's the number one thing. I want you to be comfortable, and know that I'm here to support you. I'm working alongside you, and we're gonna team up and do this thing together. So let's dive into the problem, the presenting problem, which is sleep. What symptoms or challenges have you personally been noticing throughout your day with the sleep, and um, what type of symptoms are you encountering?
Mhm. I'm mainly just tired physically,
Okay.
maybe a little bit irritable too, because when you don't get your rest,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about you, but I need my rest.
Yeah.
And I don't know if, and it's something I've been talking to my doctor about. I don't know if it's all that I've been through over the past 6 years, the grief and
Mm.
the loss, um, unresolved grief and loss,
Yeah.
or if it's menopause and the stage of life that I'm in. I'm just going through a lot in my own, in my own body, early 50s.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of challenges that I'm facing. And so I don't know if that's what's impacting my sleep, the hormonal changes, or if it's, just my mind just going and going and going and trying to solve these issues related to the losses that I've experienced.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that can
I'm just
be,
tired.
yeah. And that's a lot, that's a lot. And let's dive a little deeper into, if that's okay with you. I want to dive a little deeper into the symptoms. Are you on any medication currently? Are you taking any medication for your sleep? And it seems like you've been having some anxiety as well, a little depression as well. Are you on any meds or any medication? Are you doing any type of therapy to relieve that currently?
So I am taking, so I was diagnosed with high blood pressure,
Okay.
um, maybe about 6 years ago when all of this started. I, I think it was a kind of response, my nervous system's response to, you know, some of the traumatic stress that I've experienced. And so my blood pressure was elevated for a while. So I
Mm.
started taking a water pill for that. Um, but as it relates to any other medication or, you know, therapy or anything like that, I'm not um, engaged with any of that, not at this
Okay.
time. And I
Okay.
think that's what this is about. It's. I think he wanted me to begin to have conversations, you
About it.
know,
Yeah.
yeah, so I could start to collaborate with him about some decision making that I might need to make. So,
Okay. Okay.
mhm,
Yeah, so I'm gonna definitely reach out to Dr. James and get that authorization form signed out
mhm,
so we can get the dosages and get all your medical information and team up with him and try to work together to figure out what is the best thing for you to progress with your sleeping better and also help with your anxiety and depression. Do you feel like your symptoms have gotten worse? If you could look back when you started noticing sleep, have they gotten worse or are they manageable?
mhm. I think it's getting worse, and
Okay.
I can go ahead and give you verbal consent to reach out to him. I don't mind. And
Okay.
then I'm happy to participate in that written consent, however y'all need me to do it. I feel
Okay.
comfortable talking to you. Um, but it's getting worse because I'm
Mm,
tired. And I
yeah.
don't know if that's a physical tired or it's just my soul is tired.
Mm,
I can't tell if, which is which. But I take the water pill every day for my blood pressure, just trying to make sure that I'm managing that.
hmm. So for the side effects for the water pill, are they affecting you in any way, or do you see that it's helping balance your blood pressure?
Yeah, no side effects
Okay.
as of, you know, to date. No side
Okay.
effect. I think it's working pretty well.
Okay, awesome. So um I know you said you've been feeling more anxious and more overwhelmed. Let's talk about your appetite. How are you doing eating wise? Are you eating 3 meals a day with, snacks in between? Are you not eating as much as you were supposed to? Because the average adult is, s- you know, it's, you know, it's supposed to be 3 meals a day with at least some type of snack in between. And I know with work and all the things that you have going on, it's probably hard to get 3 meals a day in, but are you adhering to your nutrition and making sure you're eating right? I know sleeping is hard, but how's your eating going?
Yeah, overall,
You're
I would
sleeping, I'm sorry.
say that's okay. The sleeping is disturbed. Overall, the food, my intake, I'm doing pretty well with that. I
Okay.
tend to, um, I do what I can. Like that, I'm really good about that. It's the sleep, I can't control that part, but my diet, I'm pretty good about that, about eating, taking care of myself in that way. Um, yeah. I
Okay.
just need to get a handle on this sleep thing. I think it's associated with worry, maybe,
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
my relationship with my kids and just lost a lot. I don't want to lose anything else,
Yeah.
if possible. I can control, some things related to this. I just can't control now. I think I've been wrestling with that.
Okay. Thank you for opening up and disclosing that to me.
Mhm.
Um, I'm definitely thinking that maybe we can get you on some medication for your sleep. So I'll definitely call Dr. James and see if that's what he thinks is the best option for you. Are you open to that? Taking sleep meds, or Are you not open to that? I know you're already on blood pressure medication, but I want to make sure that I'm helping you the way you want to, be helped. I don't want to push you into anything. Are you open to trying that?
So thank you for that. I am I'm open to it and
Okay.
exploring, the different options. I know, you know, melatonin is, as I've come to understand it, it might be an option.
Yeah.
And but also something like Ambien might also be an option. And so if I again, I like to collaborate with my medical professionals. And so based on, your recommendation and then um, his and what we come up with together, I'm open to kind of trying to figure out how to best approach it. But to your point, already taking one medication. I'm not crazy about adding another one to it, but I really do need to rest because I'm tired.
Yeah.
So,
Um, so I want to talk about your support system. So I read that you are heavily involved in your community. You are a deacon of your church,
mhm,
and you lean on your faith. And it's very important to you as well as you love your children. I did see that your children are estranged at the moment, and that's been something that's been weighing on you. Is that something that you want to talk about? Are you open to talking about that? And what is the goal there for your kids right now? Do you talk to them on the phone? What does that look like communication wise with your children? Because I know they're older, so they've moved out and they can support themselves. But I just want to make sure that you have a strong support system.
so I am very involved in my church.
Okay.
Um, Also a member of a sorority. Um,
Okay.
Participate a lot in my community. That's very important. And I think that in some ways has been has sustained me, my faith, to make it through some really difficult times as it relates to that level of support. It's limited because as a leader in those spaces,
Hmm.
I'm really called upon to give
Hmm.
and really not, I think the connection is restorative and means a lot to me just being in those spaces.
Yeah.
Um, I have extended family here, and so I'm also, happy about that. But as it relates to, receiving support, I have to say that that is limited because in my capacity, I'm basically doing a lot of giving. And
Hmm.
so I'm kind of withdrawn from
Yeah.
relying on people. Just being honest.
Hmm.
Sometimes I'm in a space, a room full of people, and I don't even feel connected to those folks. Just being real with you. Um, and maybe, just maybe, that's part of what I need to be addressing as well. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, I see it a lot that, we pour into people and our cup is empty and it's
mm,
hard to pour into yourself. But in our agency, we partner with the local areas and they provide us with groups. These groups they vary. We have groups that are full of doctors like yourself, leaders like yourself that just want to come together and talk about issues that they
mm,
can't normally talk about with their peers because they're the one that their peers come to. I think that would support you, but I want you to take some time to think about that and maybe see if that's an option. So what I'm going to do is when we're done with the call, I'm going to email you some information about it. You read up on it if you feel like this is something that you would be interested in, because I'm hearing that you don't get that support back and it's not intentional, but you are a leader.
mm,
So I want to make sure that you have people and peers that are going through the same thing. Is that something that you would be willing to do? And it's led by a licensed therapist. She meets once a week with them, and they're doctors like yourselves or higher up people, politicians.
Mhm,
Um, and it is a little pricey, but with your
mhm,
insurance, we definitely can work something out.
mhm. I certainly consider it.
Okay.
I haven't thought about it. Um, but yeah, let me give that some thought. Thank you for, just even suggesting that because I haven't even thought about that as an option for me. So that gives me options, and that's what I want. I want to be able to kind of see, all right, well, what I have access to resources, but what are those resources?
Right. What do
And
they look like? Yeah.
so thank you for that.
So I know, so since your doctor did recommend you, I know we talked about it earlier, but what would you like to gain from this agency, Dr. X?
Mm,
What do you want to gain from this experience?
mm. I just want to feel better. I want to be involved in accessing resources that will improve my everyday life, where I
Okay.
feel better about, you know, the future, where I feel more connected
Mm,
to myself and to my community and less alone, because that's being real with you. That's kind of how it's been.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
felt like really nobody really understands um, what I'm going through because it's so complex
Yeah.
and it's been a lot.
Mhm.
Mhm.
It can be
So,
frustrating as well. So I definitely understand where you're coming from. Do you have anyone currently in your life that you can lean on for support as you navigate through this process that we're teaming up on outside of the agency and outside of your physician?
yeah. Um, well, I have a partner, and I would say that he provides, he's a support. So
That's
that's
good.
been really positive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do we have a saying here, we want to lean on the positives, lean on the positives. So that's
Mhm.
good that you have one. Because some
Mhm.
people don't have any. So that's really good. I'm glad to hear that.
Mhm.
So what does improvement look like for Dr. X moving forward? What does improvement look like?
Mhm. I think it looks like sleeping at night. I rest
Hmm.
and uh, um, I'm thriving in my life, not just surviving, not
Mm.
just, going through the motions. I really
Yeah.
am, at a place where I'm starting to put the pieces back together.
Okay.
Mm,
Um, is there anything that I missed in our session that you feel is important and you want me to understand further?
mm. I would just say the menopause piece. I just want
Okay.
to reiterate that piece. I think that is really impacting, um, some of the issues that I'm having.
Hmm.
And maybe as you start to find resources for me, if you'll just um, consider that. Um, because, like, even Dr. James, you know, yeah, and I tell him, James, I know you're doing the best that you can for me.
Mm.
But I wonder if he really understands. I do see my OBGYN
Okay.
regularly.
I was just gonna ask, who is your OB/GYN? And we'll get that information. I'll reach out to her. Is it a male or female?
Female, black
Okay.
female.
Black female. Okay.
So, yeah. So, I just think, you know, I don't know how much of what I'm going through he understands. And it's just unique to everybody. Everybody has their own journey that they go through.
Right.
But it's impacted me in a lot of ways. And I think that's also a part of, resources, just being able to find
Yeah.
providers that understand the developmental stage that you're at in your life, and they take that into account. And so,
Yeah.
you know,
So menopause, walk me through the symptoms of menopause. What are you experiencing while going through menopause currently? What are some things that you're experiencing day to
well,
day?
right now my symptoms have improved because I reached out to an a GYN
Okay.
that does bioidentical hormone replacement therapy. And so now that I'm doing that, my symptoms have improved. But this has been a journey, right? Because I had to
Okay.
find somebody um, that was able to help me with that. And my gynecologist was hesitant because I have fibroids. And so she was saying that the extra
Okay.
estrogen might make the fibroids grow. And
Mhm.
it's just been a lot, Miss Caitlin.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to. So I had to find another provider that would treat me and explain, okay, these are the um, potential issues, but we're just going to be watching and making sure that what we're doing is helping you. But I used to have hot flashes, and my face would turn red, and just the discomfort. It felt like a internal combustion. It's the best way for me to describe it.
Mhm.
And then there have been other symptoms that I've experienced. But I feel now that I'm taking the hormone replacement therapy, the bioidentical hormone replacement therapy, I feel more ground, more stable,
Okay.
more stable, like less irritable and less,
That's good.
I feel more like myself. And I've just been doing this for a little bit over 2 months. So it hadn't been 3 months yet. And
Okay.
so I noticed a difference. But the sleep is still an
Yeah.
issue.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
so,
Well,
yeah.
I definitely want to commend you for I think I've noticed just from talking to you from the, set 15 minutes we've talked, one of your strengths is you are really good at advocating for yourself and getting the help that you need for yourself. So I want to commend you for that. And I also want to recommend that we keep doing the therapy because it's seeming like it's affecting you positively. And we want to make sure that every aspect is kind of coming together positively. So I'm glad about that. But we wanna get this sleep thing under control. Because sleep kind of affects all aspects of our lives. So, and with the roles that you have, you got to get some sleep. That's important. So, that's awesome. Okay, so we are almost at the end. Thank you so much again for hopping on. Is there is there any have you participated in any like grief groups, grief loss group, done any grief counseling? We have a lot of
None of that.
programs. Okay. Okay,
Mm-mm.
let me just real quick run it by you, the programs that we have. Now we have Grief for Moms group,
Hmm.
and it's all moms, different
Okay.
ethnic groups, and they've all lost a child.
Hmm.
That's every Thursday at 7 p.m.
Okay.
We do just have a Zoom that we do once a week. We have a speaker come out and kind of do a panel on grief and how to cope with that.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna send all this to you in an email,
Okay.
and you just let me know what you are capable of. And I
Hmm.
also want to suggest something.
Okay.
We need to lighten our load, Dr. X. And so we're gonna be teaming up and working on that in our next session that we have set up and trying to figure out what we can do to kind of lighten the load and kind of pour into ourselves. And maybe later we can start, back doing what we need to do, but I want to make sure that you are okay and getting the sleep that you need. As far as your children, let's end it with the children. What are your goals for your relationship with your kids? That I know I read that it's been a little difficult lately. You speak to them every now and then, but it's kind of an estranged relationship. Um, what are your goals for your children that are still living?
Mhm. So I would like to, you know, maybe be able to talk through some of the things that they've experienced because I'm conscious
Okay.
of the fact that I'm not the only one that has lost people,
Mm, yeah.
and that they have experienced the loss in their own ways.
Yeah.
And so I'd be curious to and open to hear how it's impacted them.
Mm,
And and maybe if we could all just do the healing that we, because I think everybody's healing, but it's in their own silos, in their own
mm,
ways, and really just in survival mode. And
mm,
so if I had a goal, it would be that some of that could happen together, you
mm.
know,
Okay.
yeah, if possible.
Okay. So I'm gonna talk to my supervisor and see what we could do there.
Mhm,
Because they are not in this state of Georgia. It's going to
mhm,
be difficult to kind of do, a family therapy in person. And I
mhm,
think that would be most impactful is in
mhm,
person. So I want to just kind of team up with you and see, when they would be able to come down and schedule. And let's maybe, I consult with a therapist and see what that route is and if it's best to do some family therapy and get everybody together.
mhm,
Because, like you said, everybody's in survival mode. So everybody's kind of like trying to just make it
mhm,
and forgetting that, we're stronger together. So I
mhm,
agree with you. And this is a, kind of, it's a sad, it's a very sad situation, but
mhm,
I'm very motivated, to just see where you go from here.
mhm,
Tell me, let's end it on a good note.
mhm,
Tell me some of your strengths. What are some of your strengths, Dr. X?
mhm. I think I just keep going.
Mm,
So
resilient.
I think that is a strength.
Yeah,
Um, just to keep on going,
yeah,
uh, to see how it's all going to turn out. And I'm hopeful.
yeah. I am
Mhm,
too. Well, I'm here for you. You have my phone number and my email. I will be reaching out with you, email throughout the week, but I will check in with you once a week via phone.
mhm,
Um, just to kind of, because you have a busy schedule. So I want to check in and see how you're doing. And then also, I would love to meet with you in person and run a couple programs by you after you look through them once you get the email, okay? Is
okay.
there anything else that I could do for you today?
I don't think so. This has been helpful just to be able to, begin to talk about it with somebody that will give me some resources.
Yeah, that's what I'm
So
here
that,
for.
that feels more constructive, just instead of just talking about it, just talk about it.
Yeah. Well, I'm here for you,
Thank
and
you.
we're gonna make sure that we get this sleep thing. It's gonna be a journey. I can't tell you when, I can't give you an end date, but we're gonna work together, okay? And I just want you to know that my agency, we are just a phone call away, okay? All right, so thank you so much for coming in, and I will see you next week.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.